Now let's bring you the latest news we have in our archives. In the meantime, our headlines for the morning. Inter-Party Advisory Committee emergency meeting ends inconclusively on the way forward for two outstanding constituencies whose results are yet to be recollated by the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Legal practitioner sues Wesley Girls High School over alleged practices that infringe on religious rights of Muslim students. We'll also bring you an update on happenings at various bus terminals in part of Accra as travelers rush to their various destinations for Christmas festivities. Also coming up, over 50 wooden structures razed down at Kwashiman right here in Accra as multiple fire outbreaks in various parts of the Greater Accra region, including one involving a fire outbreak that engulfed the Sagleme affordable housing project, all coming up. The details shortly. In our first story, an emergency inter-party advisory committee meeting held to resolve two outstanding constituency results ended inconclusively. The recollation of the Dom Kwabenya and Ablekuma North result was suspended due to lack of hard copies of the pink sheet for some polling stations. At the closed-door IPAC meeting, there was yet another drama as the National Democratic Congress held that it will not accept the scanned copies of the pink sheet submitted by the new Patriotic Party for the Ablekuma North constituency. Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC, Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, spoke to the media.
That Ablekuma North issue has to do with the loss of the pink sheets. We do have some 25 of that. Okay. They are saying they have 37. But theirs is rather scanned copies. We will not accept any scanned copy in this process. We will not.
Why?
We are clearly, that cannot be the case. Anybody can see this is an error of technology. It's a matter of designing it and put it and say I have scanned copy. Where is the original? If we cannot all get the originals, that is the carbon copies, hard copies, your guess is we have to go for a rerun. It's a simple and short matter. That is how we do it. For the 62 areas, because the other one has been properly collated, but the 62 is where they have difficulties. They say we should come back on Friday, and then we'll take a decision on that one, because they are satisfied with the two we brought. I mean, the third one, of course, that is where they are having challenge with. Well, the law is very clear about it, how to go about it. We look at the voter population of those areas and see if we are not adding it, and you add it to our opponent, whether he can catch up with Madam, and then we'll take a decision on it. It's a simple matter. That's how they took the presidential decision. I wish they had allowed the media to come in, because they wanted to play the same game, the same tricks that they used for the Saturday charade they did at the Regional Coalition Center. They wanted to play the same game there, but we stood our ground. Interested, the electoral commissioner was telling that the one who chaired Tete, that they didn't have the pension, yet they were trying to say that some of them were doctored and all that. You don't have, where did you get it?
For the Director of Elections for the governing New Patriotic Party, Evans Demakon, he claimed that his party secured more votes in the two constituencies and also expect the Electoral Commission to declare them victors this Friday when the IPAC meeting is reconvened.
You know that when all is said and done, the New Patriotic Party candidates, Honorable Ekwefree and Honorable Michael Quay Jr., will be the winners. It just so happened that in Dome Kwabenya, there are 3 polling stations that the EC do not have the pink sheet, because in the course of the collation, some people attacked the collation center, and then these pink sheets cannot be traced. And so the EC has asked parties to furnish them with the data we have by Friday. So we still interrogate. Before our data was attacked at the collation center, we had scanned them. We have scanned all the pink sheets in Ablekuma North constituency. Unfortunately for us, the 3 polling stations in Dome Kwabenya, we don't have them. The EC also don't have it. So that is the state we find ourselves now. But we should admit what happened at these collation centers on the said day of collation, people attacked the EC and parties. Why are we not able to tell? There were police people there, the media was there, New Patriotic Party was there. And we've seen videos going around. And so for us, we will still be law-abiding, but expect the law enforcement agency, especially the National Election Security Task Force, to ensure that, as they've been ordered by the courts, that they provide adequate security for us to conclude collation in these two constituencies. And we are saying that we had more votes than the NDC candidate in these parliamentary elections. And so this New Patriotic Party, when we get to that bridge, we will cross. But we expect the EC to produce the results and collate.
On the sidelines, two stalwarts of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo and Professor Frimpong Boateng, have expressed disappointment in the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jean Mensah, over the recollation of some 9 disrupted constituencies in contention. A retired military general, Joseph Nunu Mensah, is also equally averse to the position currently of the Electoral Commission. Speaking to Johnny Hughes, he said the move is a grand scheme between government and the commission to cause anarchy. We'll have to bring you that inset later. In the meantime, hundreds of travelers heading home for Christmas have been left struggling at bus terminals in parts of Accra. For many, especially the working class, Christmas Eve also presented the perfect opportunity to leave the bustling city and also journey on to their hometown to spend the festive season with family and loved ones. Godwin Asedeba reports major bus terminals were overwhelmed.
I am just around Kimbu, a very busy place, especially when it gets to the festive season. Due to the traffic, a lot of people will have to resort to using motorcycles or Okada, just as you can see me doing. And this is to ensure that I will be able to maneuver my way through to give you the excellent report and get to show you some of the things that people will have to go through to ensure that they are not only buying stuff for the festive season, but they are also traveling to their various destinations to ensure that they will get to connect with their families again who are in their villages, so that they will be able to have a memorable celebration. The traffic is just quite thick around the Kimbu area. Earlier, I was at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, where we had quite a number of people traveling all the way to Nkoko, to the Ashanti region, Kumasi, and also to Obuasi as well. The find this time very interesting and also a loving moment just for them to be able to connect with their families. And just as I am protected in my helmet as well, I am moving through the traffic just to be able to get to some travelers who are also getting ready to head to Ho to connect with their families, just to be able to have a memorable celebration and get to connect with them as well. I'm sure you can clearly see that quite a number of people are also seen around trying to buy one or two things together. At this point, I will just park and move on to some of the vehicles so that we can be able to connect and also have an interesting interaction with people, some who have come here to shop and others who are traveling all the way to their various places, especially where most of them are from, so that they will be able to have a memorable festive season. How long have you been in Ghana, and what does this season mean to you?
This season is more like any other season.
Right.
Yeah, and I've been in Ghana for more than 18 years now. Apart from going on and off, like going and coming, I've been in Ghana for more than 18 years now.
Right. So it's not just about the local travel. Quite a number of people are also traveling all the way to Nigeria. So this will tell you what this season in particular means to quite a lot of people. And you can see that quite a number of buses and cars are also leaving the various terminals to their various destinations. Also, when you visit the various bus terminals, you will see that they are receiving quite a number of passengers. And according to some of the leaders there, it started from the 20th of December up until now. Some even can wait until evening where they are unable to get vehicles to be able to travel to wherever they will be going to. But at this point, where it is just barely few hours to the D-Day for the festive season, we still see a lot of people shopping in here, bringing their stuff in here so that they will be able to put them in their various vehicles and also be able to head to their various destinations.
I think reconnecting with my family brings me back more joy, more memories, and I feel peaceful.
Are you traveling as well?
Yeah, I'm traveling.
Where are you heading?
Benin.
You are heading to Benin. How long have you been in Ghana?
Almost 16 years.
16 years. And have you been to Benin before, or this is the first time?
No. I'm going to come back.
You go and come back. Why did you decide to go this time around?
I'm going to celebrate the December with my people. That's why I'm going.
So you're looking at connecting with family?
Yes.
What will you be doing on Christmas Day?
Happiness.
Happiness.
Yes.
And enjoyment.
And also.
Absolutely. It's been nice talking to you. Right, so just like you heard from him as well, he's looking at reconnecting with his family just to have a memorable moment and get to feel and touch their family members again. It means a lot to all humans, if I should say, because we know when it gets to the Christmas season, it's all about love, it's all about giving, and it's all about acceptance as well. My name is Godwin Asidiba, and this is the situation here at Kimbu, just in Accra at the Central Business District.
Godwin Asidiba there. Meanwhile, as the season is already here with us, savings and investment analyst Patrick Abankwaba is cautioning individuals and businesses to exercise financial discipline. According to Mr. Bam, being financially disciplined also means realigning one's income and spending within a specific time frame.
The saving and investment analyst advice comes at a critical time when many individuals and businesses tend to overspend during the holidays. This can have several negative implications for individuals and businesses.
Most people tend to overspend without any budget, and that becomes a big hole that, if care is not taken, you'll not be able to recover in the new year 2025. Whatever expense that you make around this time, it should align with your income that you're expecting in January. And as we all know, most businesses by now have paid their staff ahead of time. And if that income is not managed well, by the time you get into the middle of next month, most employees will be found wanting, especially businesses as well. Expenses that you made around this time of the year, certain capital expenditure should be managed around this time of the year so that it doesn't create some cash flow challenges in the new year.
Patrick Abankwaba cautioned overspending during the festivities could lead one going in for a loan in January, which is likely to set off a cycle of borrowing. This, he noted, is not good for doing business.
Planning for 2025 starts now. If you don't put your house in order to sign off 2024 well, that's going to be a challenge for you in 2025. There's going to be a big hole that cannot be managed, and that means that you now have to fall on financial aid from either friends or financial institutions, which come with its own cost in terms of interest that you're paying on it. And so I believe that it's important that we end the year well, being financially disciplined, so that we can start 2025 well and also match up with a budget throughout the whole year.
In other news, a legal practitioner has sued Wesley Girls High School over what he claims are policies prohibiting the belief and observance of Islam by Muslim students. Shafiq Osman is seeking relief over practices he says infringes on the religious rights of Muslim students in the school. Shafiq Osman, the plaintiff, is challenging the policies of Wesley Girls Senior High School, the Ghana Education Service, and the Attorney General. He contends that the school's policy violates fundamental rights as enshrined under Articles 12, 17, 21, and 26 of the 1992 Constitution. He further claims that compelling students to participate in compulsory religious practices, specifically Methodism, contravenes constitutional guarantees. The plaintiff is also seeking several declarations from the Supreme Court, including a declaration that the policies are discriminatory, also violate international human rights principles, and also establish a particular religion in a public institution. He's also requesting a perpetual injunction to restrain Wesley Girls Senior High School, the Ghana Education Service, from enforcing such policies. Elsewhere, over 50 wooden structures razed at Kwashiman, right here in Accra, as multiple fire outbreaks in various parts of the Greater Accra region, including one around the Saglami Affordable Housing Project. Alex Kenate of the Ghana National Fire Service is with the Communications Department.
So the fire was quite extensive because we had to fall on 2 fire tenders. One from Detaku and one from our station at Figi to go and fight the fire. So it was quite intense for us to commit 2 fire tenders to fight the fire, means that it was quite intense. So our officers had to concentrate their efforts on being able to prevent the fire from spreading to the housing project. So it's a win for us. Despite the damage to the containers, our officers were able to prevent the fire from affecting any of the housing of the Stagleni. It was 7 hours office complex for the Stagleni housing project. We finished fighting the fire, and we are now trying to confirm if that was for the contractors or that was for any other person. But to the best of our knowledge, it was officers for the Stagleni housing project. Okay, so that one involved an unspecified number of wooden structures. We wouldn't want to preempt, but I can say it was over 50 wooden structures used as domestic dwelling, and then 1 container also used for commercial purposes. And there were adjoining houses around. We had to make sure that the fire does not spread to the adjoining houses. It was not too far from the KFC, and we know that the KFC at Kwashiman is close to a fuel station. So officers had to prioritize trying their best to prevent the fire from escalating into something else.
Now let's look at some personal grooming tips. Maintaining good oral health is essential for overall well-being, yet research also indicates that some 84.9% of Ghanaians have never visited a dentist. My colleague Sarah Apenkro has been investigating the reasons why people are not prioritizing their oral health.
According to the WHO Global Oral Health Status Report 2022, oral disease affects nearly 3.5 billion people globally, with 3 out of 4 affected individuals residing in middle-income countries. The situation in Ghana is similarly concerning, as 1 in every 2 Ghanaians suffers from an oral health disease, putting the entire population at risk. The Ghana Steps Report 2023 further highlights the severity of the issue, indicating that 84.9% of Ghanaians have never visited a dentist.
It was noticed that for a lot of Ghanaians do not brush their teeth twice a day. We have a lot of traditional practices that promote oral health, chewing of the stick, chewing of the sponge, and it tends to be very healthy. However, as we are promoting the use of toothbrushes and toothpaste, we've done away with all the traditional sources. So currently, a lot of people brush once a day, but the evening brushing, we just leave it like that.
Maintaining good oral health provides numerous benefits, including the prevention of heart disease, reduced risk of diabetes, lower risk of respiratory infections, and enhanced quality of life. However, despite ongoing efforts to raise awareness about the importance of proper oral hygiene, many people still do not prioritize their dental health.
My teeth hasn't removed for me to see a dentist.
No, I'm not sick. I don't have any problem with my dentist. So
Dabi, no time, Mimaya.
Vitamina make go, I'm not back bubu. Oh, la no kete, I'm going to go vita yabu. Doctor said no, I'm going to go vita yabu.
The benefits of seeing a dentist cannot be overstated, as professional dental care plays a vital role in preventing and addressing a wide range of dental issues. The question remains, do people truly appreciate the significance of these visits?
I do that like twice in a year. People don't really pay much attention to oral health. You know, unless they have an issue with their gum or their tooth, that is when they visit the dentist.
So I work in the hospital myself, so routinely I do check on those things. Once in a while, go to the hospital, check on your dent, what is happening to your teeth.
Aside from regular visits to the dentist, there are key oral hygiene practices that are essential for good oral health. These include brushing your teeth and flossing on a regular basis and changing the toothbrush every 3 months. Which of these practices are you currently incorporating into your daily routine?
The toothbrush, I used to change it frequently, every 3 or 4 months.
It depends. If I see it weak, then I change.
I use 2 brushes weekly.
You have to brush your teeth twice a day. You have to use mouthwash. Yeah, that's what I know.
And do you do that?
Sometimes.
Good oral health is key to a healthy smile and overall well-being. Prioritize your oral health for a healthy lifetime. Sarah Apenkro, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, we hope this is good education as you enter the festive season. Merry Christmas. But in the meantime, that'll be it for the latest morning news. You can get the latest news updates from our site, 3news.com, as well as across our social media platforms, TV3 Ghana.